Introduction to Alternative Medicine, facilitated by Michelle Denton at Mystic Bayou Holistic and Alternative Health. What is Reiki? Reiki is made of two Japanese words, Rei, which means God's wisdom or the higher power, and Ki, which is life force energy. So Reiki is actually spiritually guided life force energy. How does Reiki work? Reiki is an energy healing technique. Reiki practitioners undergo formal training in which they use gentle hand movements with intention to guide the flow of healthy energy. Practitioners believe that disease occurs whenever the flow of life force energy becomes disrupted. While Reiki is spiritual in nature, it is not a religion. It has no dogma attached to it, and there is nothing you must believe in order to learn and use Reiki. In fact, Reiki is not dependent on belief at all and will work whether you believe in it or not. Because Reiki comes from God, many people find that using Reiki puts them more in touch with the experience of their own religious beliefs. While Reiki is not a religion, it is still important to live and act in a way that promotes harmony with others. Mikao Usui, the founder of the Reiki system of natural healing, recommended that one practice certain simple ethical ideals to promote peace and harmony, which are nearly universal across all cultures. Mikao Usui was born on August 15, 1865, and he passed away on March 9, 1926. Mikao Usui was the founder of a formal spiritual practice known as Reiki, used in alternative therapies for the treatment of physical, emotional, and mental disease. Throughout his education, Dr. Usui had an interest in medicine, psychology, and theology. It was this interest that prompted him to seek a way to heal himself and others using laying on of hands. Dr. Usui traveled a great deal during his lifetime, and he studied healing systems of all types and held different professions including reporter, secretary, missionary, public servant, and guard. And finally, he became a Buddhist priest and monk and lived in a monastery. Sometime during his years of training in the monastery, Dr. Usui attended his own training rediscovery course in a cave on Mount Karama. For 21 days, Dr. Usui fasted, meditated, and prayed. On the morning of the 21st day, Dr. Usui experienced an event that would change his life forever. He saw ancient Sanskrit symbols, and that helped him to develop a system of healing he had been struggling to invent. Usui's Reiki was then born. After his spiritual awakening on Mount Karama, Dr. Usui established a clinic for healing and teaching in Kyoto. As the practice of Usui Reiki was spreading, Dr. Usui became known for his healing practice. Mikao Usui founded his first Reiki clinic and school in Tokyo in 1922. Before he died, Dr. Usui taught several Reiki masters to ensure that the system would not be forgotten. Along with them was Dr. Hayashi, a former naval officer who set up a Reiki clinic in Tokyo. Dr. Hayashi is accredited with further developing the Usui system of Reiki by adding hand positions to more thoroughly cover the body. Dr. Hayashi also changed and refined the attunement process. Using his improved system, Dr. Hayashi trained several more Reiki masters, including a woman named Madame Takata. Miss Takata was a Japanese-American woman who originally went to see Dr. Hayashi for healing. Upon learning the system herself, Madame Takata took Reiki home with her back to the United States. Madame Takata was in Tokyo in 1935, and Miss Takata was very ill and in need of surgery, but she strongly felt through her instinct that she didn't need that surgery to be healed. So after asking her doctor about alternative treatments for her condition, she was told about the Reiki practitioner in town. Miss Takata had never heard of Reiki, but she made an appointment. And even though she was slightly skeptical following her initial meeting with Dr. Hayashi, Miss Takata saw Dr. Hayashi daily. She found that the sessions to be very relaxing and pleasant and ultimately healing. Mrs. Takata learned Reiki 1 and Reiki Level 2. When she returned to the United States, Mrs. Takata continued to practice Reiki and eventually became a Reiki master. Much of this happened near the beginning of World War II. The torch is passed. Before he died, Dr. Hayashi managed to impart all of Dr. Usui's teaching to Madame Takata, and she continued to practice for many years. When she died, she had attuned 22 Reiki masters. Why so few? Well, it was probably because she was charging $10,000 per person. Today, people who practice Reiki use the methods developed by Dr. Usui, the founder of Usui Reiki. The genius of Reiki is that practitioners can utilize Reiki to help heal themselves and for their own wellness and enhanced well-being. In fact, working on self-healing is a prerequisite for offering Reiki healing to others. Modern Reiki masters can offer Reiki energy to others through gentle static light pressure touch using the specific traditional Reiki hand positions and even over long distance like prayer is offered. Reiki healing complements many medical therapies in traditional medicine and can be used to help assist in the potential of healing people from suffering, pain, illness, disease, and more. Ethical ideals. Inspire and empower yourself with these 5 Reiki principles. What a great way to start and end your day, reciting the 5 Reiki principles. We suggest that you write the principles down in a location where you will be reminded to recite them. The principles are: just for today I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today I will not worry. Just for today I will not be angry. Just for today I will do my work honestly. Just for today I will be kind to my neighbors and all living things. The results of Reiki research studies are nothing short of remarkable. The purpose of Reiki treatments is to relieve stress and pain, induce relaxation, release emotional blockages, and accelerate natural healing, balance subtle body energies, and support other medical modalities, including traditional therapies. Reiki is increasingly finding its way into institutional settings, from hospitals to hospice, and a push appears to be coming from patients as well as clinical practitioners. The highest profile advocate of complementary therapies, especially Reiki, continues to be Dr. Oz. He is a professor and vice chairman of surgery at Columbia University, New York City, and the director of the Cardiovascular Institute and founder of the Director of Complementary Medicine Program at New York Presbyterian Hospital. Dr. Oz has used Reiki and therapeutic touch therapies in his cardiovascular surgeries for more than 10 years. And because he frequently talks about energy medicine on his television show, the general public as well as healthcare professionals are hearing about the implications and these therapies from credible Western medicine sources. We are beginning now to understand things that we know in our hearts are true, but we would never measure. As we get better at understanding how little we know about the body, we begin to realize that the next big frontier in medicine is energy medicine, according to Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz has conducted research on the effects of Reiki on his surgical patients with Julie Motz, RN, a Reiki-trained therapist, who Dr. Oz, during 11 open heart surgeries and heart transplants, these 11 patients had no post-operative depression, pain, or leg weakness, no organ rejection in transplants, and better functioning immune systems and positive attitudes towards healing. These are just a few of the benefits of Reiki. And right now, the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic are doing studies on the positive effects of Reiki on cancer patients. In a study as far back as 2007 by the National Health Interview Survey indicates that 1.2 million adults and 161,000 children received one or more sessions of energy healing therapies such as Reiki in the previous year. According to the American Hospital Association, in 2007, 15%, or over 800 American hospitals, offer Reiki as a part of their hospital service. Are you ready to learn Reiki? Are you ready to try Reiki? Maybe you want to learn Reiki for yourself, or you want to take control over your health and well-being. You want to incorporate it as a complementary therapy alongside medical care that you are receiving from your doctor. Maybe you want to learn to help someone else. Do you have a loved one who is in need of relaxation and healing? Do you have a pet that needs some extra care due to health issues? Maybe you're ready to try Reiki and want to experience a session. Contact Mystic Bayou Holistic and Alternative Health. We're located at 295 Highway 90, Unit 15 in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Our web address is www.mysticbayou.com/events to sign up to learn how you can be trained in Reiki.